You are listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
What's good?
What's happening?
Yeah. What's happening? What's going
Not
on?
much.
It's Friday. I had an eventful day.
Yeah.
It was good, but it was also not good. I mean, it was scary.
Scary?
Yeah, it was
What
fucking scary. I got
What
so
happened?
I went to the farm today, took my dog, and I guess like when I left, like she like scooted the rug, and so when I locked the door behind me, it like hit the edge and like didn't close. And my other dog got out and was gone when I got home. Like gone.
Oh,
Got out down the road, and he'll just go explore. And I was like, oh fuck! I was like sprinting through. I was like looking for him. Finally found him.
How long were you gone?
I was gone like 3 hours.
Damn. Oh yeah.
I was like, why is this motherfucker gotta just leave just because the door's open? I was like, where are you gonna go, you little shit?
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me today,
Yeah,
man.
where the fuck are you going?
I came home, I was like, why the fuck the door open? And then the rug, like, you know when they get excited, they it got there, and so when I closed it behind me, it like hit the rug and just like didn't close all the way, and then just like scooted open. That's what I'm guessing, because then it was just cracked and he got out. I was like panicking. So I went on like basically a 1.5 mile run after all day.
It's the worst feeling too. It's the worst feeling, you know. They bolted. It is. My stupid dog would do that. My damn dog Timo would. He hasn't done it here. This is the crazy thing. So there was something in there that my dogs I could never. I'd always have to watch the door, like open the door and watch him, because he would just bolt. He would just run. So I don't know what it was. So we were in Mexico and he did that. We were gone.
Oh,
and he got out. My mom was staying there and he bolted. So that was stressful. We were in the airport trying to do that, and
super stressful.
Trying to deal with the dog, and like Sarah's getting on the like Facebook like neighborhood page to see.
Yeah.
Luckily, eventually we tracked him down through the page, and then we're able to get him home. And like we're like in an airport in Mexico trying to fly back, and like it was the most stressful and then you know your flight's getting moved, and here it was just
well. And then you and I were together when we got that message from someone who's dog sitting. It was like, hey, forgot your dog for the weekend.
Yeah.
I sent my mom. He's fine. Like, Jesus Christ.
I just forgot about your dog for the weekend.
Forgot about your dog for a couple days.
Been let out of the house.
Fine.
Been water fed.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh, that's why I hate leaving my dogs. I do now.
Yeah, I'm not really.
I was never an animal person growing up because my family wasn't that way. They weren't really like, you know, dogs were meant to sleep outside. No, that's just how my family was. So we never got close with like the family dog. Really, it was just outside dogs all the time. And yeah, so it's like cats are crazy.
Yeah, Judy, my cat. She says my cat got out once. Was on the 4th floor roof, hanging out in the rain gutters. Terrifying.
Cats are nuts.
Yeah, cats are.
Cats
nuts.
Like, yeah, they'll like see a bird just chilling or a butterfly flying by. They're like, psh. But no, yeah, they'll scale like along the windows, and we used to do that at the same place up there upstairs. The cat would like walk along the window sill, and there was no screen in the window. It was in one of the kids' rooms, and they would just walk along because it would hear birds in the trees and like, well, you're gonna fall out the damn window. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, when I had cats as a kid, they used to bolt all the time.
Yeah.
We lost dogs who would bolt, but they get hit by a car. Like, that's what I was surprised. I mean, my dog's little. He's like 11 pounds. He's a little shit. So I was surprised he didn't get hit by a car. Just one block around the corner.
Well, it's not that bad, though.
Not that bad. Someone picked him up.
But you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know. It could be that 3 hours. You're like, did he get out right away? Or did he get in the last 10 minutes?
No fucking clue.
You know, how long has he been out? Like, did he travel 10 miles? Did he travel 1 mile? You know, he went 100 yards.
And we got the fucking like the creek back there, and then there's the levee, all that.
And what scares me out
by a
here,
coyote.
what scares me out here is at night you can hear the coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy. It's so creepy. You'll be out, like, because at night we'll have the windows open, and you could just hear like these yips, these like little yippings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
it's scary when
there's a lot of them. Yeah, and they're around you. They're all communicating around you. Like you're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to find out how to kill us. They're plotting to. That's what they're doing right now. Like, like you take the.
Who was it that had their dog snatched up? It was like someone's wife. It was like.
There's been quite a few.
I think it was in the desert somewhere, and it was some like rock star's wife, and like she comes running out, and the dog. Luckily, the coyote dropped the dog, but like snatched up a dog, took off with it.
And coyotes are, I mean, they're ruthless. They'll befriend. They'll like befriend your dog.
Mm.
So if your dog's like in your backyard, they'll befriend it. Just hang around. Just kind of, you know what I mean. Just sniff around. Just be friendly. They're not. They just and they'll keep doing it so the dog gets used to you, and then eventually they'll try to lure your dog away, and then they've ambushed the pack. Yeah, and then the pack just and then done.
Wolves are even scarier. Wolves are huge.
Yeah, wolves are.
I wouldn't fuck no wolf.
I wish dire wolves were real. You ever see a dire wolf?
I heard they brought them back though.
Did they?
Yeah, no, I just saw a fucking thing. Are you serious? Yeah, dire wolf.
Those things are. You want to talk about scary?
Oh yeah.
It's like a mini horse. Actually, bigger than a mini horse.
Well, Live Science says the de-extinct dire wolves are neither de-extinct nor dire wolves. But yeah, I heard that they like brought them back from extinction.
How big are they? Does it say on there?
It's just like a little puppy.
No, still probably the size of a German Shepherd. A little puppy.
No, it's just a little fluff ball.
They were huge.
Right now.
Little fun.
I didn't even know it was a thing. I've never heard of a dire wolf. I'm not a.
Oh, that's just from a Game of Thrones thing. There, I thought they were. I don't even think they were real. I thought they were just some fictional, just big ass.
Wolf. Now they're real.
Of course they are.
Apparently.
Everything. I believe anything and everything now. Watch fucking Sasquatches will pop up. All of a sudden, we're gonna find them now.
I've never understood the Sasquatch. The fascination.
I don't get that either. For a while there, I was like, yeah. I swear I saw Sasquatch. That's why.
Oh really? Just a butt ass naked guy.
Oh, it scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me. Yeah, I was out driving UPS and out in the middle of nowhere. I swear I saw this thing out in the middle of the road. Those gravel. It's plus the area was just there's
just a naked guy, like 6'7", hairy.
I just think honestly what it was a bear. It was a bear eating berries, blackberries, and it was just
kind of standing up on its hind legs. Yeah,
yeah, and it was eating blackberries, and my truck was probably 100 yards down this gravel road driving, and I was just sitting, so I was about 3-4 miles down this road, just so I had my hands on the steering wheel, just like this, literally like this, and then I'm looking like, what the hell is that? And there's something standing up and moving, and then you can kind of see it like turn towards me, and then just gone, which just went into the bushes. But it just freaked me out. It looked like a person like turned and looked at me from. It was crazy. It was crazy. I stopped at the bush, and you can just kind of see something that went through. And I said, "I got the hell out of there." I was like shaking, like, "Oh fuck!" But it was a bear. It just looked weird. It looked just weird when you're seeing something like, "What am I seeing? Like, what the hell is that?" You're not expecting a bear.
It was probably a black bear, huh?
Yeah, I think that's what's around there, black bears. But yeah, just standing up on its hind legs. I've never seen that. So it was just. I mean, that's what I'm assuming it was. That's the only thing I can think of. It's either that or Sasquatch. So
it's probably the bear.
I'm putting money on black bear.
If you could bring back like some of the old things, would you like a woolly mammoth or a saber-toothed tiger?
I mean, gosh, it's not fictional anymore. They're actually trying to do this. So
kind of, right?
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't think they should. If there was a way to say, oh, nothing will go wrong, we can just bring them back.
Yeah, but we watched Jurassic Park.
You don't think we're not going to make it like some kind of zoo or some kind of attraction? That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Throw them in. They can't be in the wild, so we're going to put them in this, facility, and then you can come visit them for $59.95, and get a 10-minute look. And that's what it's going to be. Bring your kids. Family day. Why are you keeping him here? Because we can't let him in the wild.
Yeah, like, it would turn into a purely capitalistic thing.
Yeah, and that's all it'll be. It's like, no, they don't need to bring it back. They don't need to bring back anything that's gone. Don't bring it back. I was just, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. Could you imagine Woolly the Mammoth? I'm sorry, I'd go see it. I'd be one of those stupid ass people. Like, if it exists, you're going to want to fucking see it.
If it's in the wild too, if it ever does, people approach like the buffalo and shit in like Yosemite and stuff or Yellowstone. They'll get fucked up by these bison.
Yeah.
Get mauled and shit.
If they exist, most likely I'm going to want to see it. Even though I don't want to see it, I'm going to want to see it. Because, like, could you imagine you can go see a saber-toothed tiger? And it's not something that's like
a fucking dinosaur. Could you imagine seeing a brontosaurus with his big ass neck?
Said like, $300 for, 2 tickets. You can see dinosaur. See a brontosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
See a brontosaurus. Just up there eating live 100%.
You're wild.
I mean, are you going to say no? You want to? I'm not going to go see it again. I'm not going to buy the season pass.
No.
But I kind of like, but you're like going, fuck, are you kidding me?
Got to see it once, right?
And that's what sucks. That's why we suck.
We do suck.
That's why we don't need to bring that shit back. It's like there's no.
Well, you could only bring it back if you had $1 billion, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what you'd spend your money on?
No.
If I had $1 billion, I'd bring back a brontosaurus.
This was very hard and easy. Like, the first few were easy, and then it got kind of hard.
Specific things you would buy?
Yeah, like, because, like I'm saying, this is specific selfish, 1 billion selfish dollars. Like, I don't want I would give to, children's hospital. Like, no, this is just, we're just being straight ass selfish. Like, I'm going to buy just the craziest stuff I would, like, this is what I want. So, like, that's what I because of course, if I had $1 billion, I'd be, probably buying all kinds of stuff for people and doing a bunch of things. I mean, that's just given. So this is like this selfish $1 billion.
Selfish things, a selfish $1 billion. All right. Well, I don't know. I didn't price these out, but I mean, $1 billion is basically infinite money glitch.
Yeah, I kind of did. Surprisingly, a lot of expensive shit.
That is some expensive shit.
But if you're able, I mean, realistically, it's never going to happen. But if it did, if you're just saying, hey, I'm going to go spend $1 billion, that means it doesn't matter. You have enough to afford the upkeep, afford everything that comes with owning $1 billion stuff.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
doesn't matter. The amount of money you're making on interest is ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. It's an infinite money glitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is $1 billion? What's interest? 0.5% of $1 billion is what? 5 million? 5 million a year?
Yeah. You'll be
off
fine.
$1 billion. 0.5 interest, I think it's like 5 million or something like that. That's for just money sitting in your bank that makes it like no interest or barely nothing, not even 1%. Like, could you imagine? That's the amount of money. That's what's crazy. So this is what freaks me out is 1 million. Have you heard that 1 million seconds? What's in like in time? How long is 1 million seconds?
Yeah, we've done that on the show. Yeah, it's like 11 seconds.
Yeah, it's like 13.
11, 13.
It's like 13 days. Like, not quite, but like 13 days or 12, something, whatever, 13 days. And 1 billion seconds is what, 32 years?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's crazy. So like that's like the difference of like 1 million to 1 billion. It's wild. Because you hear on TV now everywhere, oh, billion, 4 billion, 20, 50 billion, 70 billion, 100 billion.
Yeah.
So like billions become like the million. Remember back in the day, $1 million when you were a kid?
You think you're rich. You got infinite money. Keith says he'd buy a house in the OC with the leftover cash and buy a pair of new shoes.
Yeah.
Brother, this is $1 billion, dude. You could buy whatever shoes you want. Some new sneakers.
You can buy 2 houses.
Yeah. I'd have,
but I did price some of this out.
Oh,
I did price some of this out. Yeah, so I didn't, because I know there's some things that are expensive that I want.
Yeah, All right, well let's get to it. What's a big ticket item for you?
Oh, and then also too, like, because obviously like homes. So this is why I said real estate. Like if you're gonna buy homes, I give you 3 spots. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously you have but like I'd have these 3 things, these 3 places. I mean, because it's just picking one's like whatever. But I'll start with we'll start with that because that's gonna kind of
real estate
set me off of what. Yeah, I would definitely have 3 spots, and the third one was my hard one, but I would definitely have East Coast, West Coast, and I'm staying 2 places. These 2 would probably be in the United States. I want one like San Francisco, and in New York, Manhattan. So Manhattan, I want like I love New York City, and New York City is fun if you have money. New York City is fun if you have money. If you have money, it's
like on the park, Central Park, like a
Central Park. I don't want a big sky like that. I want like
I wouldn't want to be way up.
No, I want one of those like homes across from Central Park.
Okay.
What do they call them? What
are they the row homes? The brownstones?
Yeah, or brownstones or something like. But like you know what I mean, where you could walk to the park. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's probably the Upper East Side. You know.
Yeah, close to the subway. So like the spot, just the awesome house, like look, just perfect. I love New York. It's one of my favorite cities. And then San Francisco, like and I would buy
this in Manhattan.
Yeah, something like that would be cool. Like, yep, walking distance, Central Park,
for sure.
Everything.
Yeah.
And then I'd go San Francisco. I love San Francisco. It's one of my favorite cities. I would buy the Grateful Dead house. I want in Haight-Ashbury. I would buy that house, have someone come in and restore it to like the exact period, like you know what I mean, to like restore it back to what exact like it would have looked like back then. Because that house is right there too. Walk to the park, you're right there and everything. I love that vibe.
Where's that? Which park is that by? Golden Gate Park?
Yeah, Golden Gate Park. Golden Gate Park's I think the biggest park in the United States. Like in the city, within a city or something like that.
I thought it was second. I thought Central Park and then Golden Gate, and then actually Bidwell Park is in top 3, I think.
Yeah, I think Central Park is the biggest one. Or, I mean, Golden Gate Park. It's huge. They have buffalo. They have buffalo in there. We'll go and see the buffalo. Yeah, we'll go in there and see the buffalo. Museums. Hippie Hill. We guys go smoke a doob on Hippie Hill.
Well, this is saying something different. Well, I'm way the fuck off. I don't know. Well, San Francisco Bay National Wildlife. Oh, that's in San Jose. Yeah, I'm not seeing that anywhere.
I don't know what they consider it, but
yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. But those 2 spots are my 2 favorite. I love, I'd have East West. And then the third one, I had 2 options, and I was debating them, but I think I finally went. Yeah, you can go anywhere. It was either a castle, like a big ass castle, just
like a big ass castle, like Germany or France or something.
Yeah, or just like wherever. Yeah, just somewhere beautiful though, where just like it's beautiful castle, like, or like my own island in like the French Polynesian islands. Those islands are beautiful. And I went with the island. And the reason is like, I just would love to have this place, landing strip, you can fly in, place to just leave and like decompress, get away from everyone. And, because I'll be living in New York, San Francisco, 2, pretty crazy busy cities. But to get away for like a month, take off like, go for a few weeks, go to your island. And there's some amazing islands. I was looking. That's when I was pricing things out. I'm like, oh, what is there available? That's what I'm like, what? Dang.
Yeah.
And an island big enough where that'd be my only place to get away from people, but also like big enough where you have like, some of them have like compounds on them. There's like homes, all kinds of homes and different things. And the beaches and like they have docks, you have boats. Like it's like almost kind of resortish, but like if you want to go butthole naked down the beach, you can have no one looking out your window like some tourists. It's your beach, it's your ocean. This is
it's your island.
Get away from everything.
Yeah, I'd go an island. I'd go an island. I think I'd go in the Caribbean though.
Caribbean was cool. That was another option. And then I saw the beaches and stuff of the French Polynesian. I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
And I like the look. Is that or Fiji? Fiji's kind of another one. I love
Fiji,
that, like
Tahiti,
that look.
That vibe, yeah.
Tahiti, those mountainous trees, like, volcanoes. Fiji, like getting volcanoes, stuff like that would be cool. That'd be another place.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. Something like that to, not just beaches, but this scenery. But I just want that just to get away. Just to get away from everything, decompress a little bit, and then go back to the jungle. But I think those would be my 3 spots.
Yeah, I'd have to only have one spot in a city. I don't know, like San Francisco, New York just seems like a little bit hustle bustle for me. I'd go Manhattan.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like to have an apartment in Manhattan. But then, see, my problem is that I would want a house like on the Maine coast also, and that's too much East Coast. I love the Maine coast. I could live up there. But I'd go apartment in Manhattan, and then I guess like I'd have to do West Coast. Then I'd probably do the Oregon coast, like somewhere quiet, like right on the coast, and then I'd go Caribbean. Caribbean. Like maybe not a compound, but very private, very secluded.
Yeah, and the compound thing was just like houses. It was like literally houses on the island, so you can have multiple people, but everyone can have their own.
That's another thing. Like I envision like a place where you live. Like I don't know who had this. I think you told me about it. Where like he has his own like old Western town on his property.
Yeah.
And I would like something like that. Sounds so fucking cool. And I would do it like
cool.
late 1800s style, like a saloon where you push open the door. Like if you had that on property, that's fine.
I think if I would definitely have something like that. Like if you would have asked me this like 10 years ago, I would have had different answers.
Yeah,
different places. Like now in my life, and as I'm getting older, I just but back in the day, I did. I wanted something like that, and it was a NASCAR driver. It was Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah, on his property, he had like a Western town he built.
Oh, see, that's
like
what I
it had a saloon, it had a hotel, and it was all functioning.
Oh, so, yeah, that's cool.
Front desk, no one was working. It was an old, style front desk, and then it had it was like an 8-bedroom hotel, and it had each, so he'd always have parties and stuff, and friends come over. He had like his own racetrack. Like carts, racetrack. The house was fucking awesome.
Like go-karts?
Yeah, go-karts and stuff. Fun. So they'd race. And then this Western town had a saloon, huge saloon, bar and everything, pool tables. It looked like an old Western saloon. Yeah. Everything. So his friends and people come over, they party, everything like that. People would get drinking and stuff. So they would, sleep in the hotels. It had a jail with cells that worked. So they'd lock shit got crazy. They'd lock people up in jail. And it was like, it looked like you walk down and stuff. It was like an old, town. I forget what he called it. I don't remember, but it was pretty cool. You can probably Google it and find it. But it was cool. I was like,
that would be tempting. Cool. Yeah.
And like years ago, that was like 10 years, 15 years ago for me. I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have it now. I don't know if I have. I don't know if I want people over at my house that often, that many people.
Yeah. So that's why, like I said, that's why with the island, like I don't want houses around there. So I could still have my place, but have my family there, and they're still there. Have like one big main area where everyone can gather.
The island,
have their space.
There's got to be like a pirate cove. If you got an island, you got to have like a pirate cove. And that's like,
there's this island I was looking at had a cove, had boat docks. So you can have all these.
How much was it? We could pull our money together and buy it.
That one was $15 million, but that one was
that's it. No, that's nothing. I'll buy
but it was like it had like 5 or 6 homes on it, and these homes were beautiful too. Like you're like going, this is a house on the island. But you can like boats, had kayaks. It looked like almost like a resort, like someone's private resort. Like they did. They had a airstrip.
Like we just need like a bunch of people to go in on it, and then you have your own fucking house, your own.
And it was like 472 acres. So it's pretty,
plenty of space,
roomy,
luxurious,
nice beach areas and stuff. That was actually, but that's what I'm saying. It was huge. But
I definitely want to. I'd want to go island. I'd want to go island for sure.
I thought the castle thing was cool. I'm like, the castle would be so awesome. But then I'm like, how many times would I actually go and visit it? I'd rather go sit on my island for a week on the beaches, get away for a little bit, and then fly back to wherever you're going. Or
what the fuck do you need a castle for?
Yeah, it'd be fun to
cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have a castle for But then I'm like, I wouldn't.
If you had like medieval days, have people have a fair jousting.
Yeah, medieval times,
fucking
whatever
tournaments,
you call those festivals.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I'm like, nah. But I thought the island would be cool, and then the other two houses are just like my, summertime.
Would you go? Would you have a private jet? Would you go yacht? See, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd go yacht.
So that was my number 4.
Maybe
my number 4 was a fucking baller private plane, not a jet, private plane, like a smaller. Because, like I said, it's selfish. The only reason why, and all this stuff is because, the only thing like having this stuff is not because look what I got a private, but it's because I can sleep. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to travel. So I have a bed on my plane.
Just you're a practical billionaire.
Like I want to be able to travel, and I can't like airplanes and stuff. Like those little seats like this. I'm a big man.
Yeah.
And if I'm at the fly first class, I might as well have my own jet, so I can have a bed lay like up on a plane like it, so I can just wake me up when I get to my island.
Yeah, then flying's easy. You could walk around, you could lay down. You got entertainment, video games up there.
Yeah, so it's like, you're at home in San Francisco, just went to a nice fun festival. Like going, fuck, let's go to a beach. Let's go to the island this weekend.
Because you could be there if you just show up, you get on your jet, your plane, you could be there in like an hour. Whereas you don't got to wait through all the fucking bullshit. Yeah, I'd go plane. I don't know if I'd go yacht or if I would go. I'd probably not do a yacht. I'd probably do like a sailboat though. I would have a nice sailboat and I would learn how to sail. That's for sure.
That actually would probably be fun to actually learn.
Yeah,
learn to sail. Definitely.
I would definitely invest in that. Seems very cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was my place to live, and then my 4 was that. For sure, is that plane.
Private jet?
Yeah, the private, just so I can get anywhere.
I wouldn't have a helicopter.
No, I wouldn't buy one if I ever had to go in one. I guess, but I'm not buying one.
No,
helicopters.
I'm not fucking with helicopters, man. You hear about that one that crashed in Hudson River?
They're always crashing.
Always, man. They just drop fucking stones, man.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe. For sure.
But no, they took Kobe.
Yeah,
they took Kobe.
Well, you got to go cars. Like, obviously, being a car guy, you got to go some of the classics for sure.
Yeah. But also, I'm like, oh gosh, do I want to spend my billions on that? Yeah, probably. I guess I would.
You'd have a couple, of course you would.
I'd have a fleet of cars. So each location I would have. So New York, I'd still have a car in New York. It'd be in storage because, but I'd be rarely using it. But like, if you're in San Francisco, you got to have cars there. You're, I guess your island, you don't really need cars. I'd have golf carts.
Golf carts for sure. Yeah, they'd all be golf carts. There'd be like 10 golf carts there.
The whole island would be, self-sustaining. So, no gas powered stuff. You can solar or battery powered, just whatever, water, energy. You have $1 billion, you can invest in any new technology. Wave energy. Do some wave thing. I know they do that to make electricity for the island, just the waves going in and out.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something they put out in the wake where a wave, it's
sure, why not?
And out the tide goes. It's moving.
Hydroelectric, power.
And those are creating that are turned in turn generates power.
I haven't seen them though. Like I haven't. Have you actually seen those?
I think I've seen clips or something like that. I'm sure there's something out there like wave generative or wave generators, wave generative power or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sure there's something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know there's all kinds of technologies and stuff like that.
Same sort of thing. The hydroelectric energy drives a turbine, just kind of like, up in the rivers, the PG&E Canyon, all that.
Yeah.
On the Feather River. Same kind of premise, except the waves do it.
Yeah, just going in and out. So you're just generating power all night.
Yeah, and I'd sail my boat there. That's what I would do. I would sail to my island.
Mm-hmm. It's like you're always going to have waves. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be something, and it's If the waves stopped, we're in more trouble than power. If all of a sudden the sea stood still and there was no waves anywhere, just stop.
Nowhere. That'd be weird.
But I don't know if that. I don't know. But so I mean, there's your power. Like that's what I'd have the island.
What
too,
car?
so
What cars would you have though? Like I'd go 57 Thunderbird for sure.
Yeah, I'd definitely go some classics. I'm like, for you, yeah, I could definitely see you in that. For me, I just don't fit in that car. It's a
I wouldn't drive. I still wouldn't drive it very often. I'm too lanky. 6'4". I drive.
There's a couple cars I'd probably have that.
Like one of those. Like there's my knees up here.
Yeah. And there'd be some cars I'd have that I probably wouldn't drive also, but I would like, I'd have my 60, 59, from 59s to about 65, 66 Cadillac, Eldorado or Coupe de Ville. I love that look. I love those big Lincoln Continental, early 60s, those suicide doors. Mm-hmm. I love those old, huge boat fucking cars. I don't know why. I just like.
I mean, would you get the GNX? You'd have the money. One of 800 of them or whatever they're.
Oh, I'd have all kinds of. Yeah, I'd have like cars like that. Those like that car right there would be a car I wouldn't really drive. Mm-hmm. It's one of those you drive every now and then just to drive it, just so it gets on the road. Yeah, I like cars though also that you can drive. I don't know. It'd be hard to have a car.
I'm not a car guy. I wouldn't be spending too much money on cars. I'd have some.
I love cars, but I'm not someone that's going to have 60 cars. I'll have 5, because I'm going to drive them all. I'll have my lowrider, then I'll have like
gotta have that.
My my daily. Like I love my daily I have right now. I'd drive that. I don't care. I like it. And then I have, like a truck, and then I have like, for me now everything's kind of practical. That's what I have. So if I had a choice of like 5 different cars, but they're nothing really crazy. I think if my craziest one, if I was going to get something crazy, I feel like a douche if I drive anything over 150,000. I just feel kind of douchey. Yeah. I don't know why. And that's just recently I started feeling that way. So like for me, I'm like going, man, if I would have to like, if I was going to get a car, I'd probably get something like an R34, Nissan GTR R34. Right side hand drive, and no one would know what that car was unless you know cars. Mm-hmm. Could be $250,000 cars, and they're like a 1999, 2005. People would look at them. They're like, no, but those cars are they're cool. Think Fast and Furious. Those cars, like those Japanese cars, like the GTRs, old GTRs. They're just cool. They're awesome.
I saw this video of a guy driving a Lambo, but he's really tall, so he was above the.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't.
You're like stupid. He was literally above the windshield.
Yeah, for me, and I love cars. I'll see a Lamborghini and I'll look at it. It's cool. It's like, hey, that's awesome car.
I wouldn't own one necessarily.
No. I'll go to car shows. I'll look at Lamborghinis. I'll look at Ferraris. I'll look at those cars because they're beautiful. They are beautiful.
I would want a pristine, old school VW bus.
Yeah, those are awesome too. The old cars, the class, that's why I love like Cadillacs, but those like the VW bus, I love the bus. Buses would be definitely 100%.
I would have to have one. Yeah. You have to have it in San Francisco. I mean, it fits the.
Oh yeah, I'd have Volkswagen. I drive a Subaru for crying out loud. But the lines of these cars, that's why I love like the Cadillacs, the fins on the back, the brake lights. They just look. They look like pieces, like they made these cars. Their cars were just beautiful back then. Cars now suck. American cars suck. They've sucked for years. Overall, there's always a car that looks, this one looks great. This one, yeah, they do. But overall,
this is just a. This is a concept car by Hyundai, and I think it's all electric. Now this is sick. They made it look. I'm gonna show it. That's sick, huh?
It's loading right now. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of looks like a Regal or like Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
It looks like an old.
It's pretty fucking cool.
It's crazy.
Though. Yeah.
I would try that if it looked like that the inside too.
All electric. Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I like the old cars too. This stuff, they look. They're
cool. More interesting. Like you can barely tell the difference these days between like. I don't know, I can just look out front, like, I don't know, Camry and a Subaru and a Honda Accord, like they've all kind of just looked the same for a while.
Yeah, everything's kind of just blended.
Mm-hmm.
Cars back then had just the
look. You can just
look at them. Yeah,
Cybertruck looks like Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PS2.
Cars back then, you could look at it and go, "Oh, that's a 65. Oh, that's a 66. Oh, that's a 62." Just by how they look. Now it's like my 2019 Subaru Ascent looks exactly like the 2025, but the lights have changed. The LEDs are different, which 80% of people would never even notice. You can put my car next to the other one. They're going to, like, oh, they look similar. If you just glance at them, you're not going to tell the difference.
No. They're kind of boring.
It's just
they're
cookie cut.
But
yeah, they're just
they're a lot more comfortable. They're a lot more comfortable than they used to be.
Oh yeah, 100%. One more comfortable, safer.
Yeah, safer, better gas mileage.
They drive better. I don't care what anyone says. Old fucking cars drive like shit. They do. The suspension sucks. Everything's like it just does. I would resto mod all of it. Update the brakes, update the suspension. Like I'd have it bagged and all this stuff. But the old looks, will never. I don't think new cars will ever beat the looks of like 50s, 60s, 70s. There's some 70s, and then it kind of starts getting kind of squirrely. After that, it kind of got weird. 80s, 90s. Just I don't know.
There were some bad cars in the 80s and 90s.
I mean,
notoriously,
2000s.
Notoriously bad cars.
Look at the Ford Mustang. Look what they did to that poor thing.
Now it looks like it's got like the hatchback in not
the Ford. Red. Yeah. Well, look at like the 90s. What Ford Mustangs look like the 90s. They were ugly. Your sport, like the Ford Mustang's supposed to be your muscle car. Like this is supposed to be your bad boy car. And it looks so ugly. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That 90s one was pretty ugly. I knew some people that had that car.
The 80s, the Fox was a Fox body, I believe. That's my only Ford Mustang. I would buy one if I had the money. I would buy one, probably an '89 GT on wire wheels, Dayton's. But that body style. But like those cars, same thing. Just went to all crap. Yeah, definitely old cars. New cars, like I said, if I had to buy like a supercar, if I was gonna go like supercar, like crazy douchebaggy car, this one's not even douchebag. It's a cool car. It's probably an Audi R8.
Oh yeah, see, I love the Audi.
Yeah, the Audi R8. Yeah, it's their kind of supercar. So an Audi R8, it's kind of a hack if you so the R8 V10, I believe is the RQS8, whatever. I forget the exact branding of where, but it's a Lamborghini motor, Lamborghini Gallardo motor. So Audi owns Lambo. So it's basically you're getting a Lamborghini motor. You can find one 5 to 10 years old. That's probably around 150,000. And still get that Lamborghini motor, Lamborghini stuff to have that kind of sound, have a different sound and stuff. But they're fun cars. Those cars though are like, you could almost daily drive that thing. So they're built to be driven.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That'd probably be like my car I'd have in the garage that I'd take out and have fun with. But other than that, it'd all be practical. Truck. I'd have a cool truck. I love the the Ford Raptor. There's a couple Ford cars I like. The Ford Raptor.
I would drive a beater truck most of the time. I kind of just like driving a beater truck.
I love how that, and the only reason I like it, I love how that truck looks. I don't know what it is with the truck. It's just the look of it. It's kind of like a desert. Like you can go take it out in the desert and just tear up the desert in it. Just go. That's why I like it. It's like, I don't care how like the lifted trucks and all that. I don't care about that.
No, I would never.
And then I'd have like I want one of those Sprinter vans, like camper Sprinter vans.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Camper setup.
Yep.
But I don't want an RV. I want it to look like a camper Sprinter van, so I can park it in any parking lot, park it anywhere, take it anywhere. Use it as my, not really for camping. It's more for like trips, like going places, doing stuff like photography.
If you got the whole setup inside, it could be like a little hotel on wheels.
Yeah, where if I'm actually wanting to look at getting one of those now. It's kind of like on my goal is to go somewhere, table, go shoot photography all day. Go on your table, check out what you got, mess around, eat, have your place, air conditioner on, go back out and hike Zion again. Go hike on, hike wherever you want to go. then go back to your van, eat, look at what you did.
Damn, those are expensive. Those fucking those Sprinter vans are pricey.
Yeah. I found one for like $57,000. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Shit,
it was used, obviously used.
This 2021 Mercedes is $299,000.
Yeah, some of them, because they have like a lot of those. Like it depends on what they have in them too.
This got a whole sleeper. It's got a sink, oven, everything.
Yeah, there's some one out there. They're awesome though. They're cool. But,
very cool. Yeah,
but yeah. So vehicle wise, that's probably it.
Take a quick break, then we'll spend the rest of our money. As if we could ever sell our money.
I got a couple good ones I think left. One you'll never guess.
All right, we're all about that money. We're all about spending that money, the billions of dollars that we got. What about other shit?
All right, this is
why business. Would you invest in some business?
So this is what I would buy. I guess this is a business. The last couple are kind of businesses, but they're like could be fun. I'd probably buy like a minority stake in like a professional hockey team.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey teams are range from about, I would guess, $1 billion to $5 billion. I'm assuming somewhere in there, like a franchise. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not going to buy one because I can't afford a full one. But buying like
the average NHL team is valued at around $1.92 billion.
Yeah, so a couple bills. So, maybe you throw $500 million on, 25% stake into like a professional like hockey team. I think would be cool. I think that would be fun. I would be like enough where you have an owner's box.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that much of a stake. Like like if they're gonna do a trade, like you get a call also or a text, like a heads up, like hey, we're we're trading Celebrini. What do you think of that?
Right.
Fuck you.
The hell you are.
Fuck you. But you know what I mean? Like enough like there, like, you own a chunk. I think something like around 25% would probably give you enough where keep you in the loop, not like, oh, I own 0.5%. Like, no, I don't I want enough for like, oh damn, he's quarter, he owns a quarter of this team. So I think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sit up in your owner's box. Just to, I don't know, it'd be really cool. I'd be like, damn.
It might even be worth it to have like a minor league team too.
Yeah, minor league team would be fun also. But just that,
like a minor league baseball team would be fun.
Yeah, I mean, once you make the money off the pro one, then you get minor league. But just having that like chance to maybe you get a cup. Come on. I don't want the Calder. I want the Stanley. Fuck Calder. But no,
Lord Stanley's cup.
I think something like that would be cool. Something like that you just own buy into a franchise, a struggling franchise too. Like right now, I bet you could buy into the A's. You probably buy.
Dude.
Oh, speaking of this is actually kind of something cool I was going to talk to you about. Do you see Oakland is wanting to bring a team to Oakland, like a minor league team? Oakland Bees, the Oakland Ballers.
The
Oakland Bees.
Oh, you sent me that. Yeah, you sent me.
Yeah, did you see that? You can you can invest into the team, and you get like little tiny perks. But
is it like an independent league type thing?
Yeah. So like how
like more,
Heat.
yeah, Chico Heat.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's like a team like that. Like, but it's it's professional baseball. But I think Too Short was buying into it. The guy from other one, like they had stakes in it.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be an Oakland thing. It's an Oakland team since they're gone. How cool would that be though? Like for like as little as like 500, I think it was like 512 was like you can get, and that gets you like credit. You get like
$512, right?
Yeah, like $512.
Basically, you get like a little like a brick.
Yeah, like you'll get a thing like a certificate saying, "Hey, you own a piece of this team." Like so, you don't get any financial stake. Like you're not getting. Oh, you're gonna get if they sell a team for you're gonna. But you could say, yeah, you actually, I own part of that team. There's like little perks you get, and then it goes all the way up to like $25,000 or $50,000. Like you get come on the field. Like $1,000, you might get I forget what it was. There's different tiers. But yeah, you'll own like a little bit of a team. Like, well, that actually be kind of cool. Like, well, shit, we should go half and half on a team. So we own a part. We own part of the Ballers. Like we can literally say we own.
It was like a financial stake, though. Like if they did really well, that you get like. I mean, it's not gonna be a lot, but
yeah. I mean, at 512, you're not looking at really much. But I mean, maybe as you dumped enough money in it. But I'm all, dude, that'd be kind of cool though. Like you get a little stake in it. Like just like I actually own a part of this team. And I was like, one day I was like, we should go half and half on it. Buy a piece of the Ballers. How's your team doing?
They're hiring too. They got lots of positions open.
Jeez.
Let's see. It doesn't say what they're hiring for.
Maybe eventually they'll be affiliated to the Vegas team.
That'd be cool.
EC, go to the minor, that single A or
become an owner. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Here's the tiers of what the price is.
Minimum investment 510, share price 17 cents. They're trying to fund it to $2 million. Become a shareholder in the Oakland Ballers to help us pioneer a whole new model of fan-focused sports in the greatest sports city in the world. That's a stretch. The greatest sports city in the world. I mean, I know you're trying to hype Oakland up, and I'm not trying to be a hater, but that's a stretch. But all right,
the greatest.
All the teams have left, but okay.
We're not falling for that again. The greatest.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Start investment tier 1. Ability to vote in key decisions and elect a representative, issuer's board of directors, certificate of ownership. I wonder if you can go in together on one, or we have to do one of each. Participate in online owners forum, limited edition T-shirt, early merch access, discount on game and season. Blah, blah, blah.
Did it say you get like a certificate or something saying you're a part owner on that one? Like something that states
certificate of ownership, digital.
Yeah. Well, still, I'd print it.
Still, print it up. Yeah.
I own a piece of the Ballers. I think it'd be fucking cool. It'd be kind of pretty cool. See, and then the next one's what?
1,000. Then you get tier 1 perks plus an on the field in-game experience. Investors responsible for all costs associated with getting to the game.
But you could $1,000. Yeah. You can probably get maybe on the field for I don't know, for something, some recognition. Our owners are like, hey, we own part. Like whoever bought into it one night. You guys have a night, owners' night. Still be pretty cool though. Go there and actually get your pictures. I don't know. I thought that'd be kind of funny. It'd be kind of cool though. I own part of the Ballers. Got a T-shirt.
The Ballers.
Get a hat. It's my team. I'll be sporting the hat. I own a part of this team.
I wonder, who do they play?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what league. Does it say the league they're going to go in?
Yeah, you got the Missoula Paddleheads.
Hey.
You got the Oakland Ballers. They were second place. The Northern Colorado Owls with a Z. The Yuba Sutter High Wheelers. They must play in
Yuba City.
Do they play in Yuba City?
Maybe.
The Boise Hawks.
Okay.
Glacier Range Riders. Billings Mustangs.
So Rocky this is Mountain a team Vibes. Right now? They're actually playing right now?
They're actually a team. They were a team last year. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this is like a...
Yeah. There you go.
So they're trying to raise money. I wonder if they're trying to hook up a stadium bet or something.
Maybe. Looks like they start in May against the Ogden Raptors. There we go. We can invest. We can become billionaire investors. Only $510 if you want to invest in the Ballers.
Let's go. $255 each. We can own part of the Ballers. We can say we officially own some Baller.
I guess are they public? They have a share price of 17 cents. What does that mean?
That's how many probably shares you buy of the team. So however many, $510. How many shares is that?
I don't know. 17 cents into 510.
So I don't think it's like publicly traded. I don't believe.
No,
I don't know how that works.
I wouldn't think so. Too small.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
No idea. Well, I mean, I don't know if I would invest in a team if I was a billionaire. I would probably invest in some companies though. I would have to make some investments in some interesting companies or something going on.
Yeah, I thought of that. I'm like, well, man, if I have just $1 billion to spend, I probably have more than $1 billion in the bank. So financial futures wouldn't be much of an issue.
No, I would just want to put some. I would want to put money behind something I believed in, even if it didn't like benefit. Like just like help someone who had this great idea, who this startup or whatever.
Yeah, if I was to be responsible,
see cool ideas get off the ground.
Yeah.
I would definitely buy like an early edition Lord of the Rings. I would buy like some collectible shit like that. It'd be nerdy as fuck. You know, like a script, signed script.
You could buy the fucking ring. the ring.
You don't want to do that. Haven't you seen the movies?
You can own, but you can have it. It can be yours. It could be yours.
It could be my precious. Yes. Yeah, I would nerd out on some collectible cool stuff like that. Yeah,
there's all kinds of collectible. Gosh, you can go. I mean, there's so much of that
like
stuff.
I'd have a lot of video games. That's for sure. There'd be a lot of video games, old ones. Maybe I'd get every Nintendo game ever made or something. Complete the entire Nintendo collection.
I might have close to that on my game thing. I have in my garage.
Oh,
it has like 15. Yeah. Well, it's arcade. It has like 15,900 games on it of like each platform, all the platforms.
We need to get on that.
And like Nintendo has, you can go a lot of Japanese games. It's like stuff that wasn't released here, like games.
Cool.
Every platform from Sega, Dreamcast to Game Boy, N67, Game Boy Advance, N64. It's crazy. You can go through each platform and look at all the games. It's cool. So many games. But yeah, there's some cool fucking old games. Yeah, old memorabilia.
I would have, and I'd have some pretty nice, like a really nice drum set. I'd have to have like some kind of studio, like really nice studio. All the fucking like nice amps and everything, just like I don't know if I'd play in a band, but just to have it, just
you can just build it into your house.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Built in.
Oh yeah, it'd be like in the basement or something. But yeah, I'd have to have some nice guitars, some nice fucking like a nice piano, nice drums, Ludwig.
I've wanted to do I still want to do it to this day. And at some point when I have extra cash, I want to do like, those like shed buildings, but they're, you know what I mean? Like they're nice. Like they have front porches on them, but they're outdoor sheds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I want to do one of those and then sheetrock it, insulate it, sheetrock it, soundproof, sheetrock inside everything. Try to make it as soundproof as you can, just help the whole thing, inside, and making it like a little sitting area and then like a podcast kind of room thing in there, everything. That way you can play music, listen to music, play music, have podcasts, do everything, smoke out there to have a nice filtration system.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a nice filtration. I think they use a charcoal kind of a filtration system that just, it just runs and sucks all the smoke and stuff out, and it just filters it outside. But have and then obviously I'd have to have an air conditioning unit and stuff in there, but like have a room like that. And I've always wanted one like that, so it can be out of the house, it can be loud, out there just smoking, like smoking a joint, doing a podcast.
Have a nice sound system. The speakers are nice. Yeah.
you spend the money on really soundproofing this thing, you can make it. You're still gonna probably, you'd be surprised. I've seen some people do it online and stuff. You can be pretty damn up. People will make theaters out of them. So I've seen people do theaters, like home theaters.
That'd be cool.
Because you can get them like 12 feet wide, 16 feet long. So it's like, some windows and nice windows and everything, like, so you have light coming in. It's not like you're in this shed. It doesn't feel like you're in a shed in these things. That's the crazy part. Because they're all 2x4s, just like a home and everything, but they just don't come sheetrock and stuff. So you have to, insulate them.
You gotta finish it.
Yeah, you got to finish it. If you want to run power through it and stuff, there's ways to do it. It just takes a little bit, flooring, everything. And then I'd love to have that's what I want to do. I actually was just talking about this the other day with Sarah. When we buy a house, I want to have an area outside where I could do that. Have like a nice little walk path up to it, lights, because they have like front porches. Nice railing door. Walk into it, and it's like you walk into this like cool, just kind of studio / area where you can just kind of listen to music, just
little mini dispensary. Have like
I have all my pieces like displayed, like glass pieces, because a lot of it's art. Those glass pieces are art, some beautiful pieces.
Yeah,
but have like everything like displayed, all my my student glasses, my Puffco stuff, just have it all out and display like nice. So if I want to use something, I can just use it. Like, I'd have jars, jars of like meat and stuff in there, and like if
open it up.
And like if people want to come and hang, you don't have to come and hang, and still have like a nice little refrigerator in there. So you have waters, sodas, people like that, teas, stuff like that. But like it's little. I'd probably have a TV out there.
You can tell we're not ever going to be billionaires. You can tell we're never going to be billionaires because we're talking about like renoing a fucking shed.
A shed. Like this is where I'm at. Like that's the sad thing is that's what I could go like $1 billion go buy like a place in like a restaurant, old restaurant. Make it like this whole. And I want my little shed in the backyard.
I'd still want to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And that's what I would want. That's what I'd do. That'd be one of my things I would do, and I'm gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. But like an area just to go hang and chill, and it's away from the house. And then you lock it up and see you next weekend, or whenever. See you tomorrow. See you in a couple hours, whatever it is. But people come over, they want to hang. Like, let's go listen to music. Want to go smoke a joint and stuff like that. I recently have been to a friend's house, and this is the first time I've ever been able to do this, and it's happened, is to smoke inside a home. It's like smoke weed inside a house. It
doesn't happen very often.
No. And it sounds stupid. It was so freeing to do because you're like, you never could do this. Like and his friend's house is like, him and his wife, they smoke and everything like that. And surprisingly, the house it obviously has like a little smell.
But I'm sure if you don't smoke weed, you walk in and be like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it smells, but like when they smoke the stuff, they live in San Diego. So our windows are always open. Everything's like airy, the house and stuff, and they just leave the windows open and shit. They turn on a couple fans and
that's different.
You just get they have a fan at the door and it's just kind of airflow. So you're not blowing in air, but it's like you can, when you're smoking, like you light up a joint and you're watching a movie, or it's like, this is weird. You're just watching TV, laughing, smoking a joint. I've only seen this in movies.
Seth Rogen
and you're
movies.
like, like there's just, you're walking around the house, there's just a bong. Like you walk in the bathroom behind the toilet, there's a bong and there's a little canister, a little weed and lighters on a tray and stuff. Like, so if you're in there just taking shit and you want to fucking have like, this place is fucking Disneyland. Like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm like, it was just weird to do it though. It was weird to like
spark up in the middle of the house. Yeah.
And you just spark up, blow it, and then just pass it. It's got to be passed. That's the only rule. Got to pass it. Don't hoard it. Don't be hoarding that stuff. But yeah, it was just that was weird. But that's why I'm like going after that. I'm like, I need to have a place like that.
I need to have a spot. Yeah.
Because like right now, it'd just be so nice to have a joint. Just smoking a joint.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not doing that in the house.
No.
I don't want my clothes. I don't want my everything, because it does have a smell, 100%. But having like an area outside like that where you can, I don't give a fuck. And if you have a nice fan filtration system, that really, and those sheds, you can make them pretty airtight. So when they're in there, you turn that fan on, it's sucking the air out. You can see it. Like in their house, when the windows are open, you can actually, when you're blowing smoke, you can kind of see the smoke like take off and kind of like eventually go right out the window. But it's still in the house and it's still stinking it, but it's not as bad. So there's ways to, so you're not just sitting in a hot box, in there. So it's like, it's just full of smoke.
As nice as that sounds.
Yeah, it's like no one wants that all the time. Damn well I'll be doing it. Turn the fan off, and then just turn it back on. Like, all right, we're done. But you're not sitting like that. But you have a nice filtrate. But it's nice just to have like having a beer. Like that's what I equate it to. Like people get home, you like turn on the TV, watching a game, drinking a beer. Sometimes it's just nice. Same thing like that. You get home, watch the hockey game. I'm gonna have a nice, pre-roll, pre-roll and a smile. Watch a game. Something like that, and you can just light up, sitting on your couch. That's why I'd want like a little couch and TV in there for that. Going in there, watching a game or something. Watching a movie.
It'll be cool too to get the Murphy bed. Pull down the Murphy bed.
And those things, it's crazy. It sounds crazy, but those things are big. Some of them are like fucking 12 feet wide.
Well, if they're 12 by 16, that's big as a bedroom.
Yeah. I mean, they're pricey, but you find someone that's, sadly lost theirs and can't pay for it anymore. You can get it pretty cheap, but they're not that bad and they're big. That's why I was like shocked of how, like there's one, I think 10 foot wide. But I've seen them up to like, you can order them as wide as you want, but I think it was 10 foot, which still, it's a small bedroom. That's for like a, but just think a bedroom, like, oh yeah, you can easily put like this little couch. You can put a nice TV on the wall and have your little studio, a couple chairs, a desk. You can have a cool little studio.
That's the dream, man. It's your own little she shed.
A she shed.
It's a little she shed, little she shack.
Yeah. What else? Oh, my last one. I don't know. Do you have another one?
Oh, I think that's pretty much like the big ticket items. I'd be more about experiences. I'd want to experience things. Like I'd want to go.
Last one.
I'd want to go like to the Super Bowl. I'd want to go to like different things at least once.
Of course, I'd be going to all the my plane in my jet. I'd be flying to all the events.
Sure,
I'd be going all over the world.
Yeah, I'd have to experience things more than I would like. I wouldn't have like a mansion. None of my homes would be. I would want to just go see the world and experience it.
That's why I said I'd buy the Grateful Dead house and then the fucking little, brownstone on the park next to the park. My house would be badass inside, and don't get me wrong.
Everything would be pimped out, but it'd be modest. I'd be more about like I'd have my farming shit. I'd have chickens. I'd do that whole thing.
I'd want to live like no one even knew I had money. It'd be hard to.
That's right.
Like you could, but my experiences,
there'd be signs.
There'd be signs because you'd be looking at my Instagram going, God damn, where the hell did he go? What's he doing? He's got a plane. He has a plane, but he lives in that house. Like what? Like no.
It's a nice house, but it's
I just blend in. But
what's the thing I couldn't guess?
The last one would be, and I thought about this for a while. I'm like, well, it would be is owning like some kind of festival grounds, music venue, or building like land and owning and making a music like festival grounds.
Well, that's what.
But having it to the point where because you're gonna have where it runs, where it makes enough money, where I don't need a salary from it. So whatever like you would pay, no, that just goes back into the business and goes to like employee bonuses and all that stuff, and just back into the pot.
Make it employee owned, basically.
Yeah, where it just self sustains itself, and everyone, however it does is, on whatever bonus it is, whatever. Instead of paying myself, $10 million salary for owning it, I just
you could link up with Billy McFarland and call it Fire 3.
Fuck yeah, but have this amazing venue like that where tickets are cheap, affordable. None of this like, like I went to High Sierra Festival last year, and it was awesome. It was fun. It was a blast. That's why I love festivals. It was an amazing time. The food was amazing. The vendors, everything was amazing. The food and everything like that was cheap. Not even like below festival prices. Like affordable.
Mm-hmm.
The prices of the tickets, and I understand why they have to pay all their big acts and stuff, but it just makes it where like a 4-day festival, you're like, what was it, like $700 or $800 a ticket a person, like like damn, or I think, or it was like $650 or $675 because they got early bird.
Yeah,
but it was like $1,200 for in Landon to go, 1,200 like, and
that's
then
just in there and stay.
yeah,
right?
And then your food. If you're gonna eat, we brought a lot of snacks and stuff, but you're still spending $100 a day, food, water, drinks. It just adds up. And that's just doing it kind of frugally. So, and then gas to get there, and then all your stuff you buy, all you bring, like it's just a you're like
concert grounds would be cool having your own though. Like imagine like the main stage, like in a barn or something, like an old barn.
Yeah.
Something
just a cool place where people can have festivals, camp, like family, like everything, but it's affordable. Like people can afford to come, and I think, eliminating, like people that own a place getting their millions of dollars of cuts. I think something like that could happen where you don't have
somewhere
to,
up in the mountains by a lake, maybe like,
yeah, just somewhere with good acoustics, like Red Rocks, something like a Red Rocks venue, but also making it festival. So you can have like, like a cool festival, a couple festivals a year. People can come, a bunch of acts will come. And music wise, if you had a place like that, artist alone will come just because of something like that.
Come. Yeah.
Because of something where like, the employees own it. It's cheap for people to come. Ticketmaster's not getting 30%, fees, whatever it is. You buy $100 ticket and it comes out to $180. You're like, what the hell's going on? You buy $100 ticket and it's $100. Like, whoa, because you don't need to have your profit margins. Oh, we need
let's
a profit.
Do it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
But I think something like that would be cool. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
So especially now, I love music so much more. All kinds of music too. Who cares? I don't care what it is. If it's good, bring it. Like, have fun. I think that would be awesome. Fly in. I could fly in and go we have music festival. But yeah, I think that would be awesome. That'd be cool to own something like that. Cool. Put on.
Get the land on the lake next to your festival place with the little pontoons on your boat. on your plane. Put little pontoons on there. Fly in. Here comes Andy. He's the owner of the festival.
Yeah, where people could festival grounds where they have like an area to sleep, but like where people are camping and stuff around, where you could almost see the main stages areas like they're around, where you don't have to go far. You can just like leave your tent and go walk if you want to go dance and stuff like that, or you can just chill at your little camp, make a little site camp and listen to people play. That was kind of cool with ICR where we were camped. Like we didn't have to go to like the stage from our campsite. We could just listen to the music, bullshit talk. We were, smoking weed, just talking, having a good time. And you're right there. Something like that would be cool. That's why I was like, oh man, this would be awesome. So, but to make a venue, because like they said, this year could be the last year for that place. Because it's just the cost of stuff. Yeah. And it sucks because, as an artist, you have to know your worth, but it's hard
at a
festival now. Yeah. It's just hard now for a festival that goes for four days to have four, or three headliners, 3 days, 3 nights to have 3 headliners. That's, I think, the hard part because these headliners are wanting big money and it's hard to have 3 of them. So, the price, that's what just, I think, a lot of them are making $50,000-$60,000 for one show that night. And that's crazy in a little, music festival in Quincy,
California.
Yeah. And it's a big festival. Thousands of people go.
I know. I didn't even know about it until you told me about it recently. I had never heard of it, but it's been around a long time.
Yeah. Like, who we had last year.
Have you ever been to Coachella?
No, but Natalia wants to go. Sarah wants to go.
Yeah.
So High Sierra is like a hippie, more jam band festival. Like, it's jam bandy. It's that's what's fun. It's kind of hippie-ish. It is.
Yeah.
Coachella's more. Isn't Coachella more mainstream? More.
It's mainstream. But I think they have some. I mean, they have less. It's a mix, right? There'll be huge acts, but then there'll be a lot of more underground stuff.
Yeah, like last year, High Sierra, one of the nights was Primus. Remember Primus?
Yeah, I do. Wynotto's got a big brown beaver. It shows off.
They sound just like that. Yeah, but they do a lot of bluegrass stuff too. Like they kind of
Bass player, what is it? Les Claypool, fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and we had a Marley. Was it a Ziggy Marley? Last year was the other headliner. Ziggy Marley.
Was that Bob's son or grandson?
Ziggy his son? I think Ziggy was his son. Steven,
his son, I believe. Steven's grandson, maybe. God damn, they look alike though. Holy shit.
Yeah, so he was last year.
Bob Marley. Yeah.
God,
they look almost exactly alike. At least in this picture.
Like blue sky grass or something like that was the other one. But but those guys are expensive. They're not cheap. And that's what's happening at these festivals is people can't afford. It's hard. People can't afford $1,200 for a pair of tickets. Imagine if you had a family of 4 and you all wanted to go. Now it's
thousands.
Okay, yeah, you're looking at $2,400. Yeah,
no disrespect
for 4 days, which it's if you had the money and it's like if you do it because it's a fucking blast. But I understand, I get it. It's just hard. Same thing out here with the Sphere. You have this amazing venue.
What's the ticket to get in? Just to get into the Sphere? A couple hundred
for the movie. So they do the movie. So this is just the movie they do. I forget the name of it. I believe it was around $80, give or take $5. I think you might be able to find so around there, $70 to $80.
Okay, so it's doable
for like an hour and a half movie. Yeah, but for
what kind of movie?
Like $80. A movie that's telling you and showing you you're fucking up the world. It's pretty cool. It's like a world movie. Like it's elephants. Cool. It's like the world. Like because of the it's the visuals. That's what it's.
Yeah, but if 3 of you go, that's $240.
Yeah. So and then if you go to a show, I've been to 4. I've been to 4 shows at the Sphere, and the tickets I have where I sit in the 300s and 400s center are like they were about anywhere from about $350 to $600 at night a ticket.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Obstructed view where you can't see half of the screen.
That's crazy.
You can't see half of the fucking Sphere. You just can't see it because there's in the 100 section. So if you go to the Sphere, do not sit in the hundreds.
That you can't see the whole screen. To me, they would have set it up to where every seat sees the screen.
I think the way it's set up because of where these seats are, they probably had blank area space. And they go, let's just put seats there because people will buy them. That's why they put them there. They'll sell. Mm-hmm. And those seats sell for $135.
Damn.
The cheapest. So, and you can't even see half the fucking visuals. What you're going there for. You don't go to the Sphere to
really family of 4 is like $600, $700 total.
Family of 4, you're looking like we're going in a couple months. We're going to see Kenny Chesney. Sarah, old Kenny Chesney. He's performing there. He's the big artist that's going there. So we got 3 tickets. And I think they were like $350 after fees and everything per ticket. It's like
per ticket.
Yeah, and then we're sitting in the 300s area, 3 or 400s. But those are the best. If you're going to go, it's one of those things. If you're going to do it, you have to. You don't have to, but it's like might as well spend the extra $50 and sit in the section like 3 or 400 just because you're there.
Isn't that video where that guy's like, "This is when the drugs kick in," and then he slowly goes back.
Yeah. So when they're there, when they make those visuals and stuff, they have to change them. That's why, like when John Mayer is there doing the Dead and Co., he was there. He's there. He sleeps in the Sphere as they're doing it. Because a lot of visuals, they can make you sick, so they have to slow them down. They have to do things. It's because you can get vertigo. You can get, paying people the things that happen, like the bears turning into blotter paper, acid paper, and just moving. And if you're fucked up on top of just being there, when you walk in, you're in the 400s. It is steep.
It's steep as fuck.
And they tell you. So your feet are basically by people's heads. That's how steep and how this you're kind of sitting.
That's the angle. Yeah, Jesus.
So, and you're up there. And then when you sit down and just take it in, like when you first walk out of the tunnel, when you walk out there, it makes you take a deep breath, like, whoa, it's like, whoa, this is crazy. This is crazy. Then you sit in your chair and you're just looking around and you're like, this is crazy. And then you're seeing the screen and stuff, and it looks like it's scaffolding and all this stuff happening. It's video. It's because it's like 8K or something. It's something crazy. So like the visuals are just crisp, clear, and then the lights and everything around you is moving. And then the sound is what is amazing. The sound is just like,
isn't it like where every speaker is like in every seat? There's like a.
So they call it haptic seating. So the seats will vibrate and rumble with the music and the bass. The sound. So this is what's crazy with the sound. There's like 169,000 speakers, or 196,000 speakers in this place. So each seat, that's the cool thing though. So if you're sitting in those obstructed, shitty seats, at least your sound is going to be amazing. Because it's directed. So they call it direct sound. Like it's directly pointed, each speaker's at you. So you're getting the best sound and experience, no matter what.
Holoplot technology. It's 167,000 speakers.
Yeah. And it's so the sound anywhere, wherever you're sitting, is amazing. Doesn't matter where. Like like when you go to a concert.
So it's
you can have spots where it doesn't sound that great. We're here, it doesn't matter if you're in the corner, in the back corner, it's going to sound just as good as if you're sitting right in dead center.
Just think about this. Capacity is 18,600, and there's 167,000 speakers. So there's like 9 speakers per person in that thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the sound is amazing.
Wild.
I want to hear something else that's even crazier. Something that's just fucking blow your mind. So, like, if you're watching a movie, the movie they have, and say you speak Spanish.
It's translated to you.
They'll put you in this section. Oh, you speak English, you're going to be in these sections. Oh, you speak Mandarin, you're going to be in this section. You're not going to
hear the bleed.
You speak Italian, you're going to be in this section. And you could be sitting next to the guy over here in the next section. He could be hearing everything in Mandarin, and you're hearing everything in English, and you can't hear his, and he can't hear yours.
That's crazy.
So, because it's directive sound, it's pointed. You're only getting your sound. You're not getting even next. You're not getting their sound. It's weird how it's just the technology is crazy. So they're able to do different languages directly at people, so they can pinpoint. So it's like, so I can imagine when the technology even gets better, where they don't have to do that. You just sit down in your chair and your seat and go, I want translated into Italian, and hit your selection, and automatically does it. So as you're watching a movie, you're hearing it in Italian, just like you're there, like like everyone else, but they can't hear Italian next to you. So
humans are amazing. We're shitty and we suck. But humans are amazing. Like, that's incredible that you could do that. That's wild.
Just they shoot a sound wave directly at you, and it hits you. It doesn't hit.
But not a foot to the right.
I'm sure if you did this, you would probably hear theirs, because you're getting into their sound wave. Right. Like you would hear their. So that's trippy. But that's how they do the sound. Like, so he said 9 speakers per person. So it's just so crazy.
That's cool. Well, I mean, I got to get there one time to watch one thing at the Sphere. Yeah, even if it's how climate change is destroying everything. Yeah. As I'm sure.
You have to see a show. You have to go to a show. You have to. Yeah, I wish you could come back for a Dead show, the Dead & Co show. You want to talk about the
Eagles are playing. I don't really like the Eagles.
If Dead & Co would be, oh my gosh, you would fucking trip your ball. You would actually start listening to Little Dead & Co after that show. It'll get you. Yeah,
I've never gotten hooked on the Dead.
It's an experience. It's either was I.
Backstreet Boys is also playing too. Don't tell me.
Yeah, that's the next one. Like, it's nothing like a Dead show.
No, thank you. I would not want to see that. I don't know what Unity is. It sounds Christian. Eagles and then Chutney.
Is that the EDM?
Oh, is that what it is?
It might be. I know EDM's starting to get in there. Kenny Chesney we're going to. But Dead & Company is just. I never thought ever that I would be such a huge Deadhead. John Mayer fan. John Mayer.
Yeah, he is.
I've seen John Mayer I've seen John Mayer 7 times. 7 times I've seen John Mayer.
Dude, I would have never known that he was playing guitar in Dead.
Yeah.
You would have never thought you would be a Deadhead. I mean,
no.
I knew a Deadhead. Some of my teachers were Deadheads back in like junior high.
I got introduced to Grateful Dead in junior high. Mr. Silva.
Same.
Junior
Mr.
high
Silva, great. Greg Silva. He had the fucking.
Yep.
He had the bug. He had. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that integrated every day at the end of class. We would listen to a Dead song. That's how you'd end the class. Everyone have, quiet time, read, or do you get caught up on homework or get started on homework? He'd give you like, a 10-minute head, and he'd play a Dead song.
Mr. Silva's been a microdose. No, I'm not saying he was.
Yeah, probably was. But he would play a Dead song. And every now and then he'd switch it up to like Janis Joplin and stuff. That's how I got introduced to all this.
Yeah.
My first introduction. So he would play Dead. So we got to listen. So I heard it. So I started recognizing songs and knowing songs. And then, growing up and stuff, you just kind of, whatever, you lose it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, I've gone to like, 7 Dead shows. And after I went to San Francisco, I went to that worst one. And I'm like, fuck, this is like, it's just.
This is it. You were hooked, huh?
I got it. I understood. I understood like, whoa, okay, this is fucking cool. This is fucking cool. It is.
Are there original members still? How many original members?
Yeah.
Because Garcia's dead. He died a while ago.
Yeah, Jerry. Yeah. You got Bobby Weir, the guy with the mustache beard. It's always up front. The other guitarist. Mickey Hart, the drummer. And then the other guys are Otel, and then the keyboards and stuff. They've been with the Dead for a long time. Wow. Phil Lesh just passed away last year. I think he was Dead original. But yeah, Bobby Weir's still there. Bobby, old dude, is still playing. And then John Mayer, the story of how he ended up getting there. He owns Dead & Co. John Mayer and Bob Weir. But I think John owns majority of it, I believe, or half of it. They're half and half or something, but I think John owns most of it. And all Dead & Co. is a Grateful Dead cover band,
that's
with original members. Yeah, some original members, because there's a couple original members. The other guys have played with the Dead and stuff. They just weren't original members. But
gotcha. Well, now I'm getting
so many
educated on these guys.
And that's so many bands that play today. Bluegrass bands, like, so many bands like that. High Sierra Festival. It's kind of a Grateful Dead inspired festival. A lot of festivals are. A lot of music is. So many people, like you would. It's crazy.
I used to be, I know we're wrapping up on time, but I think this is an interesting concept. When I first got into music, I used to think like keep the purity of the band. It's got to be the original members, otherwise the band gets tainted. Now I think it's cool. Like, imagine there being a band and you're a part of it for a while, and then the band transcends you. And as long as the quality stays, why can't the band continue to go on for, like, the Grateful Dead might be around in 50 years, right? Like, something. I mean, or Dead & Co. Like it'll still be that spirit. Where as long as the quality remains the same, then it's like the band can continue on past the founders, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, I could see it going, for as long as it goes. Like it's like they say at the end of the thing,
I like that idea.
At the end of the, actually, probably, I don't know if you can Google this. Google the Dead & Co. Ending sphere, and it kind of just tells you a little, like the thing about Dead & Co. But how it ends, the show ends, and it kind of sums it up.
Mm-hmm.
But like on YouTube, so if you can find it, we can just close with that. But it's
oh, you want me to find it on YouTube? Oh, I got you.
Yeah, if you can find it on YouTube, like a little clip. It's like the ending, Dead & Co. Sphere, and final? Like the end final or something. Is it like it should be like a Haight-Ashbury should be the Dead House.
Oh yeah.
If you click on that, let's see if it. It's not music. It's just a guy talking. Yeah, once again, and it's just like a voice. It's not like music. But it's how kind of the show ends. It starts. Let's see how. Yeah, so this is like this is just jam banding. They're just jam banding at the end of the show. So at how the beginning of the show it starts. San Francisco. Yeah, you can turn it down. I'll talk to you how it starts. This is for a second. So they're taking you back. So it starts leaving San Francisco like this, and you're just standing there. It feels so weird. And they're, they start their show, and they're basically, it's like, they're getting ready to take you on a trip, take you to outer space, and now this is their ending the show. So this is why they're jam band. How they just sit up there and jam. Some songs will take 35, 45 minutes. If the crowd's feeling it, everyone's dancing, everyone's having a good time, they'll keep going. They'll just keep going. It's jam band. So this is how it ends. Like, it's taking you back down to Earth, back to San Francisco. The show's
and
over,
the whole
winding
screen,
down.
the whole big.
Yeah, this is all around you. So right now, see them down at the very bottom.
Yeah, now they're entering
That's the
San
band.
Francisco the Bay almost. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you're seeing. So that's why I said you're there for the show. See how they make the band so you don't even see them, because they're not a part of the show. It's the surrounding, it's everything, the music with it. So as you're standing here, though, it's the weirdest feeling.
Oh, I'm sure, because you're tilted, like in
and it feels like you're moving.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
See,
so
that
if you
would
look
trip me
around,
the fuck out.
see. So this was
That,
wild too.
I don't know. That would
what
trip
I
me
would
the
do,
fuck
especially if you're on mushrooms, is you close your eyes, get pitch black, and then you open your eyes like that, looking at space. It
Jeez, that's
freaks.
that
It just
would
makes you go,
fucking-
because it feels like you're flying.
I don't even think. I don't even think you need to be on mushrooms. It would trip me the fuck out.
No, it'll trip you. That's what I'm saying. When you are, yeah. So the guy singing right now, that's Bob Weir. He's original, a member, Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it takes you all the way.
Yeah, let's start. Wait, go right around there. There you go, like right on here. Let's see. Yeah, you can zoom in. It's.
So then we come into.
You'll see the house I want to buy. This is the house I want to buy right here.
Is this Haight Street or Ashbury?
Yeah. No, that's I forget the name of that street. Haight Ashbury runs.
I haven't been over there for. Okay.
So this is the house with my billions. Here you go. So you can probably turn it up here. Yeah, let's see. Turn it up. When they start talking, they kind of give you a little thing. So this is where I would live if I had billions. I'd buy this house. So when I was there for the final tour, we go there. We walk by the house all the time, but we went for the final tour. Went and smoked a joint out. There's a bunch of people. We're all smoking joints out in front of the dead house, right down the street. The only difference is there's trees. So watch, they'll kind of give you a little.
Is this an old picture then? Is it old?
So watch, they'll have a little talk thing here real quick.
In the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood of San Francisco stands a modest Victorian townhouse. It is the home of a young psychedelic rock and roll band who call themselves the Grateful Dead.
That's my VW right there.
This ragtag group of musicians have amassed an impressive fan base of hippies who seem never to miss one of the group's sprawling improvisational performances. To the faithful followers of this vibrant young band, there is no such thing as too many Grateful Dead shows. It is safe to say that, if given their way, these free-spirited showgoers would prefer the music never stop.
And then they go into the finale. This is the finale. But that's what I'm saying. That's kind of like what you're saying. The music never dies.
Yeah,
the music
I like
never
that
stops. That's how they want it. The music never stops. And what's unique with the Dead is once you go to a show, you're gonna hear music and songs, and you're like, well, what? This is fucking Dead. Like, holy shit. And they cover songs a lot. Knocking on Heaven's Door, stuff like that. But they never do the same show twice. Never.
Yeah, it's fun.
They never do the same show. So every single show is different. So when I was in San Francisco, we went 3 nights in a row.
That seems impossible. By the way, you play that many shows and have them all not.
Yeah, I've thousands of shows. And there's people that have gone to hundreds of shows.
Mm-hmm.
But people that went with them. I've only done 7. I'm like rookie status.
You're a novice. Yeah. A level 1 hippie.
So it's fun. It's fun. It's cool. It's a blast. That's why it's just fun. It's an experience.
Well, I'm gonna have to do it once.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do it once.
Yep, it's worth it. It's worth it to go and check it out and see. So
someday,
definitely if you can do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Catch you on the flip side. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Later.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.